today I'd love to talk a little bit about exhaustion. So many people, they just think they're getting exhausted because they're working so hard, and they work all day and they drag themselves home and then just sort of pass out on the TV and get up and go back to work the next day, and it's just this feeling of burnout and exhaustion and a sense of being stuck in a rut. These are all places of what we call a collapsing role. Now, a role is what we're doing as a compensation, which means usually we're working hard and we're applying ourselves to something, but what we're trying to really do is prove something. We want to prove how useful we are, or we want to prove how helpful we are, we want to prove how we can do everything so well. But these are all compensations, which is another way of saying underneath this lies a belief that actually we can't do it, or that we're failures, or that there's something wrong with us. And so this sort of clashes at some point, typically in many people's lives around the age of 40, but sometimes it can be earlier or even later. And when the compensation collapses, that's when people just want to give up, and they feel so bad, and they just, they don't know what to do with it. So often they try and go back and, work harder and push themselves harder to try and get through this. But that's not a solution. The only solution through this is to recognize every role we have going on is built on the bones of a childhood trauma. And at some point, the issues around the trauma need to come up. And although we feel like maybe we failed in some way in our original family, or things didn't work out right, those are feelings, those are beliefs. That doesn't mean it's the truth. But at some point we felt that way, that we're a failure, that we couldn't do things right. And then we created this sort of persona, this role, this suit of armor that went, yeah, from now on, I do everything right. That's a role, which by definition is a compensation. And at some point in your life, it will collapse because of the exhaustion. And the reason for the exhaustion is that for all that hard work you do, for all that you try and do to cover up, none of the reward comes back to you. None of the juice comes back to you, which revitalizes you. So you can just keep going and run at 100% every single day. No, when we start, it's 100%, but it starts going down less and less and less, because we're not getting rejuvenated by what we're doing, because all the reward for what we're doing is going to the role. It's not coming to us. So the thing about the role is we're doing the right thing, working hard, there's no harm in that, but for the wrong reasons. And at some point we need to correct that. And we need to go through a change process to get through all those bad feelings, to heal that original childhood trauma, so we can work hard for the right reasons, or we can be happy for the right reasons. And then our life starts to work. We get rejuvenated by what we're doing. We become more alive, we become more spontaneous, and we have endless energy.